Good morning, Conventure people. This is Con back here for another YouTube video. So today we're actually gonna be doing like a little bit different today than from our regular vlog. So today we're gonna be reacting to the Army's boot camp. So so yeah, as a person, you know, who I'm trying to go in the Air Force myself. You know, like I like roasting people out of branches and stuff. So especially the Navy. But this week is going to be a little bit different. So I'm going to at least try to have 2 videos in this week because, yeah, so probably I'll have my second video out by Saturday or Sunday, you know. So, yeah, so anyways, let's get this reaction video started.
This is Army Boot Camp.
Okay, this guy, I think, just joined for the food.
Before they join the United States Army, all recruits have to graduate from a
Damn, they got the big guys there. Like, they have bigger guns than the Air Force, though.
22-week program known as One Station Unit Training, also known as OSUT. It happens here at Fort Benning, a 182,000-acre military.
Hey, that's not that far from home. I only live like an hour or 2 far away from there. So
Installation that straddles the Alabama-Georgia border about 100 miles southwest of Atlanta. Every year, more than 18,000 soldiers graduate before joining the more than 470,000 people actively serving in the Army.
I think the Army has the largest amount of service members, and probably the Air Force. I think like it's like the second smallest in the Marines, or we can say the Coast Guard. I think we can count the Coast Guard in. I'm sorry, Coast Guard. I don't think that's a branch.
13, 14, 15.
Although most of the recruits that we saw during our time there were male, recruits trained together in gender-integrated platoons.
Obviously.
These young men and women that volunteer to serve, they show up to us as civilians, and then we take them through a transformative process to turn them into soldiers.
You just go to position of attention, and you stay in position of attention.
On a rain-soaked week in February, we spent 4 days inside the Army's Maneuver Center of Excellence, which trains soldiers to serve in the infantry and armor branches. We saw different companies at various stages of training.
Okay, so
on day 1, new infantry recruits on a bus from the Atlanta airport arrive at the 30th AG Battalion headquarters, where all new recruits are received.
Listen up! You only got one to hear from you at this point is yes.
Well, that's kind of the scariest part of joining the military or the base training is when you're on that bus, because you don't know what to expect and stuff, like, so you kind of have the expectations, so they try to be as brave as they can, you know.
Drill sergeant, no drill sergeant, you understand? Yes, drill sergeant! When I tell you, you will pass your folders to the front!
The minimum age to enlist in the Army is 17, and the maximum age is 35.
Okay.
The base salary for an entry-level private,
I think Air Force, the maximum age, I think it's like 39 or 40, if I could remember from the top of my head.
is about $20,000 a year.
Let's go! 30 seconds! Hurry up, find your bag!
Once they're off the bus, the first order of business is establishing the code of conduct.
Because I promise you, if you don't pay attention to what I'm about to tell you, you're going to make your Army career very short. You treat everybody with dignity and respect, regardless of race, religion, color, national origin, gender, sexual orientation, and all other protected categories. Yes? Yes, Drill Sergeant! Sexual assault is any unwanted physical contact in a sexual nature. So if you put your hands on another individual and you're not instructed to, or you're not saving their life, and they file a sexual assault, and it comes down that you put your hands on this individual when you weren't supposed to, that is going to be on you. You will get kicked out of the military, and then you'll probably have to file as a registered sex offender.
Oh yeah, they don't mess around. They definitely don't mess around. So don't touch anybody while you're at basic training.
You understand?
Yes, before they go inside, the new recruits learn some basic commands and standing positions.
Attention! Everyone look down at their toes. You should be able to fit a slice of pizza in between your toes. If you look around, they're gonna see you. Cause you're taller than everyone else!
It's always the tall person that gets stand out. So a tall person, just lets you know you stand out. So just listen to what they're saying. You know, like don't be like those. Yeah.
Hey! Who wants this air? Hey, move your feet! Grab one and go. It's all the same.
The recruits grab the snack that's waiting for them inside, consisting of
Ugh. Okay, that is nasty. Air Force gets the better food. Air Force. Yeah. All day I get is a granola bar and a sunflower seeds and a juice bowl. Ugh.
a fruit cup, sunflower seeds, a granola bar, and a juice box.
Watch the video. Remain silent.
Since 1775, the Army has been the bearer of our nation's strength in every crisis or conflict. Make no mistake about it, the journey you are embarking upon will not be easy. But you wouldn't be here if we didn't think you couldn't meet the challenge.
Listen up for your last 4 year social.
After being welcomed, recruits begin what's known as
Look at it there.
processing, which can take 1 to 2 weeks before their actual training begins.
In a little bit, we're giving you a period to go in a room by yourself.
First, they're given one last chance to discreetly dispose of prohibited contraband, like drugs,
How did they even let you bring these stuff to basic training?
alcohol, tobacco, and inappropriate photographs.
If any photo you possess on your phone is less than a bathing suit, you will not have it. You will delete them all.
Recruits get rid of contraband in an amnesty room, where they dispose of it by throwing it down a metal chute.
Okay, so I think typically in the Army, I think it is common for the recruits to bring drugs. Like, I don't know if there's any drill sergeant watching this video, bro. Please tell me how many are disposed. Like, how many do you catch? Like,
Is anybody confused on what you can and cannot have?
The next morning, the recruits report to the barber shop, where
hopefully his drill sergeant doesn't see that.
one barber has worked at Fort Benning for almost 60 years.
I've been here ever since 1963. That's a long time. I should have been retired a long time ago, but I wake up in the morning now, I be wanting to come out here and go to work.
Recruits are issued uniforms. They receive a series of immunizations and vaccines,
Okay, that's kind of the best part of basic training. It's the time when you get your uniform issued to you. You know.
and get their official photo taken, along with myriad housekeeping details that fill up their 1 to 2 week stay in processing.
Hey, sit up straight.
Damn! You guys are big dudes in the Army. How the hell he passes through maps? Like,
That is until processing ends, and the time for training finally arrives.
Let's go. Grab your bags and go.
We found a company of recruits about to begin training in the armor school.
this guy's about to cry.
Who's a bridle?
These recruits are about to be picked up and taken to their barracks, where they'll reside for the rest of their training.
Let's go. You guys are going to the front bus. Go.
This is the last chance for recruits to change their minds before training begins, like one recruit who decided to
This guy did not even made it a day into training.
stay behind. This short bus ride from processing to their new barracks will be the most peaceful moments these recruits will experience for a while. What happens next is known as the shark attack.
I think there's been like rumors going on that the Army is actually trying to get rid of the shark attacks and stuff. But I don't know. Let me know if y'all recently went to basic training and stuff. And
Run. And go, son. Who you want? You want run. Everyone, you freaking go. Go. Run. Run.
okay, so that's when the actual training starts. So at first they were actually like calmer. So like, because as compared to what I've seen in the Air Force's basic training videos and stuff, like they as soon as you get off the bus, like they actually started Well, even though if you're processing.
Can I say what? Get your bags up right now. Get your bags up this way. Let's go. You're a tough guy. Don't move. Do something. Do something. That's what I thought. Why are you still not understanding? He just said it.
Well, it's really just a little shock to the system, so we can
Yeah, they don't play around. They never play around.
break them down to build them back up.
Yo! What is your height and weight standard, bro? How did they even let this guy in?
We're breaking a lot of habits from the civilian world, and nothing better than a little shock to the system to establish that that drill sergeant is in charge to let us start our training.
Pick up your bag and hold it.
The recruits spend much of the shark attack holding their heavy rucksack.
Okay, so that must be a pain because I was doing ROTC for the Air Force. I technically they're actually affiliated with them. If you actually do ROTC in college, and so they actually make you do like dress right dress. It's more like they actually try to make you like hold up your arms for like a couple minutes, and oh yeah, that burns, you know.
Sacks above their heads, which takes a physical toll.
Why is that so difficult? You can't pick that bag up. You decided to join the army and you can't pick that bag up. Right side bag, right side bag.
He's having a hard time picking up the
Right side bag.
After about 20 minutes, the intensity begins to subside, and the drill sergeant's tone changes
We only produce the best soldiers in the United States Army.
before training officially begins. After the shock
Okay, what week are they in? Like, because they look like they're happy and like they're enjoying themselves.
and awe of the shark attack, things do appear to calm down.
Is it a video?
It's a movie.
Like, obviously, for the first few weeks, you're still in shock, you know, obviously.
We found this group of infantry soldiers in week 11 of their training. Practice.
All right. So they got some weak. They got a low in. So, but yeah, that's what you know. They will go easy on you at later on, but as compared to what I heard. But again, if you mess up, they'll start again. You know, they'll bring that back.
Practicing on the firing range. The mood was much more relaxed,
Try to get 8 up on my level.
and their conversations with their drill sergeants are conducted at normal volumes, like when this drill sergeant educated the recruits on the meaning of the military expression 8 up.
Is a piece of 8 up gum good? You don't want something that's 8 up, right? You want something fresh. You break the seal, it smells like olive oil, right? Okay.
That dynamic changes because we want the soldiers to become more critical thinkers. At that point, we are turning into more coaches and mentors. We dial it back a little bit, so we don't want them frightened. We want them to be comfortable and in a state of mind that is receptive to learning and performing at that level.
Up to 241 hours of infantry OSIT are devoted to marksmanship, where recruits fire about 2,500 rounds using the M4 carbine.
Yeah, I think the Air Force did just transition into M4 also. So, yeah.
As well as the M249 squad automatic weapon, or SAW.
We create lethality, we create expert marksmen at their individual weapons, because as an infantry soldier, that's what we're asking them to do.
Recruits get one of the most painful parts of training out of the way early.
Once we check your seal, you will not touch your ProMat.
This group of infantry recruits was exposed to CS gas, or tear gas, in week 1 of their training.
You're going to continue to file in until we tell you to stop. You're going to place your back against the wall.
The recruits spend about 5 minutes inside the gas hut. Upon exiting the gas hut, the recruits are told to flap their arms like birds to remove excess gas from their uniforms. According to a drill sergeant, the effects of the gas begin to wear off after about 4 minutes. Some training moves indoors.
Okay, yeah. So we used to have like a special program for that called Combatives. So it's technically it was for people who want to go on a special operations or special forces and stuff, and or security forces. So.
Like combatives, where recruits learn hand-to-hand self-defense tactics.
We're trying to teach them to achieve a dominant body position. So get out of one negative position and then switch roles so they end up having the upper hand in a fight.
During combatives training, recruits warm up with a particularly painful-looking exercise, referred to as the EO, while laying on their backs.
That must hurt.
They have to engage their core to wiggle across the entire room.
They use their momentum, shoulder blades, their core to help them create space, warm up the body.
Recruits work up a major appetite during training. But Fort
Yeah, pizza for like.
Benning is big, and they're not always within range of the dining facility. When they're training in the field, recruits are issued MREs, which
Gross. One of the worst things I have ever had. Ugh, I tried one before. Nope.
stands for Meal Ready to Eat. Each comes with an entree, like this vegetarian
Ugh, yeah, that's nasty. I can smell that already. That looks nasty.
pasta with taco sauce, along with an assortment of items like mixed fruit, an energy bar, and this instant French vanilla cappuccino. Recruits just add water, shake it up, and enjoy. Once they're fortified, recruits return to their training. Recruits spend up to 60 hours.
Okay, in the Air Force, if you're going as a security forces or special operations or something, they get to do this stuff, you know?
Hours in training known as MOUT, which stands for Military Operations in Urban Terrain.
Door left, door left. One man calls door left.
Infantrymen are expected to fight in different types of terrain and survive and win the fight. Right now, they are getting their first taste of what that's like in an urban environment.
Rolling T. All right, coming up.
In operations across Afghanistan, Iraq, we are conducting clearance operations, and it's applicable wherever we go.
Boom.
It's important for the future soldiers' muscle memory because they are working as a team with minimal communication, and they have to understand how that coordination works together.
Do it again.
After 22 weeks of training, these infantrymen are ready to leave Fort Benning. Friends and family gather to watch their soldiers graduate on NOA Field.
They look like soldiers, they act like soldiers, they're carrying their head high. I have trainees that were not alive when 9/11 happened. I think that's pretty powerful, that I still can find American citizens that want to volunteer to serve their country when we continue to ask them to go to combat.
These new infantrymen don't have long to greet their loved ones.
Get on the bus!
Or say goodbye to their friends before leaving Fort Benning to begin their service in the United States Army.
Alright, good people, so that was a quick little reaction video I made for the U.S. Army's reaction. So, yeah, this technically was a intense. So, yeah, obviously everybody said the Air Force has the easiest basic training. So, yeah, I'm going to be comparing to the Marines, Navy, and the Air Force's boot camp. So I'm going to make like 4 more videos of these. And we'll see. At the end, we're going to compare which branch has the easiest. But I'm going to leave the Air Force to last because obviously that's my branch I'm trying to go into. So I'm going to leave the best one to the last. So, but obviously I still think the Air Force is better. So, yeah. Anyways, this concludes today's video, and peace out.